Hi, everybody. It's nice to be back to the Live with MJ this Wednesday. We have a great show for you today. I hate to call it a show, but we have a great live stream for you today. Really, really important to the community. So I'm going to primarily give them most of the time for this live stream. But it is Wednesday, and for those of you who love the snow, Wolf Creek is open starting today up until Saturday, and we'll see how the weekends go and the snow holds. First one in the state of Colorado, yes. So congratulations and hello to everybody up at Wolf Creek. Thanks so much for all you do and being such a huge part of our community. Many of you don't know Wolf Creek is the largest employer in Pagosa Springs during the winter months. So that's a big economic impact for us. I do want to mention a couple of quick things before we get on to our guests. And that is, please remember for the businesses, you still have till the end of the week to enter into the lottery for a business after hours next year. We are moving forward. Congratulations, Pagosa Springs. We're still at Safer at Home level 1. We haven't gone up to level 2. We've been solid for about a week. And so keep it up, be out there, be safe, wash your hands, and just stay clean and stay healthy. If you know people that are getting colds or potentially COVID, stay away and just let's keep Pagosa safe. And with that, we'll be able to get back into some social mixing, but with appropriate distancing and ever. So that's what we want to look at for our events next year, is those businesses that are entering into the lottery to make sure that you have the appropriate facility in order to host one. And we're happy to talk to you about that. So please call Rick at the Chamber if you have any questions about our business after hours. The other quick reminder is, if you are interested in running for the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors, you also have until November 6th to enter your submission form. That is online on the Chamber's website, pagosachamber.com. And if you have any questions, just give me a call. I'm happy to talk to you about that. We really look for a diverse group of people on our board of directors because we represent so many businesses. We also have a ribbon cutting coming up on Friday, Exit Realty under new management. And so join us at 5 o'clock out near where Funky Trunk and Pagosa is, and we will be out there with Exit Realty. So congratulations to Shelly Lowe and her daughter. So will come and join us on Friday. I'll have a little open house as well. When COVID hit, things really shifted in this community. And one of those things was food security. The numbers at the food pantries really increased, almost doubled. Continue with Meals on Wheels, delivering meals at home, all over, not just in Archuleta County, but all over Southwest Colorado and the state. People were very concerned about food security with people losing their jobs. How do they get food and healthy food? And we are so lucky to have with us now in the community a new organization, and it's the Food Security, Food Equity Coalition, FSFE, or the Food Coalition. And one of the other really great things is, with the concern statewide and nationally about food security, some monies became available. So organizations such as our Food Coalition were able to get some grant monies. Now, our group here in Pagosa Springs is doing things and allocating that money a little differently than I think many people are used to. And so I've got with us today Natasha Bruce, welcome, who actually is helping out the Food Coalition through her consulting firm, Aduce. And Natasha, welcome. It's been great to work with you and to understand this process. And actually, it is called participatory budgeting. And so that's kind of a unique concept. So why don't you take us through that process and how does our community participate, and what's the benefit going to be for us?
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting us to the show. So, money is oftentimes available for projects such as these, and usually the way that money is allocated or decided upon is an organization will decide, this is how we think the $20,000 should be spent. But the coalition felt that they have a lot of projects in queue, and they're actually doing quite a bit across the county, and they've received funds to doing this. But they thought that this $20,000 specifically with regards to COVID relief should be something that the community decides how it's spent. So we began a process in September. It's a short participatory budgeting process. And the $20,000 was available to any organization or individual who wanted to design a project. Could be a project for $500. It could be a project all the way up to $20,000 that really addresses the questions that you posed around food insecurity due to COVID, but also that they could help support a local food system. Because we know that if we are supporting our local ranchers, our local farmers, our local growers, that makes Pagosa and Archuleta County stronger. And so actually we have an open voting session on November 14th that any community member over the age of 15 can participate and can vote. In fact, people who don't live in the county but who work in the county or whose kids go to school in the county are also eligible to vote. So on the 14th through the 22nd, we'll have an open process for voting, and we really hope that people will participate and help us decide. Just to give you an example, we have a few projects. If you're okay, I could share some of the projects.
Absolutely. I think it'll give people a great idea of, boy, yeah. I have a project, this summer, the Food Coalition and the growers, encourage people that might have had their own gardens and stuff to, for example, plant an extra row and then, get that food to the food banks. So there's lots of great ideas. And so what are a couple of those?
So there's a few that I wanted to mention today. One is being kind of developed by a local nonprofit organization that's called Beyond Words International. And it's actually one of the founders is from Pagosa. And it's a group of student ambassadors who decided that they wanted to create kind of like a blue apron or a fresh ingredient box that people could subscribe to. And they're partnering with the GGP, with the domes, to actually create these really great ingredient boxes where you get a menu and it's all locally produced boxes. And the youth themselves are going to be kind of really taking charge of that project. So that's a really exciting one. Similarly, the GGP is partnering with a heritage cooking class. And so there'll be menus from primarily from Mexico. And so you can learn how to cook Mexican cuisine using local foods. And so that's also really, anyone would be open to being a part of this cooking class. Another one that's actually being supported by a number of the food pantries and the Pagosa Peak Open School is an after-hours food pantry. So a lot of people have been describing that their biggest challenge is getting to the pantries during those hours. And so they're also going to tag on a delivery system. So that way people who are homebound, who don't get supported by Meals on Wheels, would be able to benefit from this after hours delivery program. And of course, it's a 3-week project, and it will be really focused on holiday meals. And then there's finally Rise and the Family Center, organizations like that will be actually buying gift cards for families that would like to just have gift cards during that period of time. So those are just an example of a few projects that we're gonna see and people can vote on.
Great. And so can people still put a project forward?
Yes, they have about another week or so. They can look on the website for the Archuleta County Coalition, and they can submit a project, and we will help them actually take that idea and put it into a budget and a PowerPoint presentation. But we do need all the projects to be completed and on the website by the 13th. So it gives a full week for people to vote based on the 4 projects that they think are best. So let's say we have 8 projects. Everybody can vote for the 4 top projects that they agree with.
Okay. So my group wants to put something together. I go to the website that's listed on our screen. download a form, and then I send it back in. And there's a process for that.
Exactly.
And or call and say, I don't know how much it's going to cost me, but you'll be able to help them through
We
that
will
process.
help them every step of the way. So all of the projects that we currently have, we are supporting people through every step of the project and really connecting them to the existing efforts that are already in town. Because what we don't want to do is replicate or create all these additional things that support only themselves. So we're really building a more coherent system.
Sure. Well, we have another guest with us today, also with the Food Coalition. I think I'm the oldest on the call, and then Natasha, you're one of our younger ones. But then we also have a young person with us, Piedra Gassa. It's nice to see you. You're going to give us a little bit of the perspective where you are and your involvement in the Food Coalition and this process. So welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. Yeah, so I'm basically part of the executive group for like the youth team on the coalition, and my main involvement with the PB process has been the equity portion of it. So as people are crafting their proposals, we're kind of trying to incorporate this idea of equity and kind of maintaining equity, understanding it, so that when people are drafting their proposals, they kind of incorporate that into that. So it's not it's very inclusive of the community, and it's not just, one project for one person, and it only benefits one person. So we really want to expand these ideas and make sure that they're inclusive and that people understand equity and are able to include that into their projects. But yeah, that's been the main involvement. But yeah.
Okay. So if someone comes and it's a little narrow, you give them ideas on how they might expand that then and be more inclusive and more community oriented.
Yeah, that's like the main purpose of it. We want people to, I think a lot of the proposals and like the ideas for the proposals are super wonderful, and I'm so excited to see them, but I'm also really excited to see the collaboration and people working with each other and getting different perspectives on equity within their proposals. And I'm really excited to see how they develop from those things.
Great. Have you worked with this process before, Piedra?
This is my first time I don't even think I knew what PB was until I started with this whole process. Yeah, so it's definitely very new to me. It's something that's really exciting for me because I didn't even think that this was a way that you could create projects. I didn't think that this was even a possibility. So it's really awesome to see how involved the community is, to see all the different ideas, and to just really see people come together in order to craft these proposals and, think of the community. So it's really awesome.
And being on our scale of younger and representing the youth, how did you get engaged, and how can other young adults get engaged in this process?
Yeah, that's awesome. So we do have a youth team. We're always looking for other people that would want to be involved. So you can definitely either go on the website. I think there's a link to our Instagram page there. You can contact us through our Facebook page, the website, the Instagram, and basically just let us know hey, I'm interested in this type of work. This is something that I would want to be involved in. And we're very inviting. We would totally love to work with other youth and get them involved. And right now we're trying to establish a youth club at the high school just to get that more youth included with this type of work and just having them out there. But yeah.
Great. Well, everybody, we see COVID really has changed our lives, not always for the worse, but in the face of adversity comes great entrepreneurship and great ideas. And I think that the Food Coalition has really been working to move that forward. Piedra, thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring Natasha back just to say thank you to everybody. Natasha, any last words of wisdom to encourage our community to get out there and either present a project or to get online and vote and look at the different projects that are out there? Because you're right, it affects our whole community. And as Piedra mentioned, just getting it to be inclusive.
Yeah, no, I think this is such a wonderful opportunity for us to really think that we all eat. We all are part of the food system. And so the more that we contribute to a food system that has supported local farmers and growers, the more we can think about how our waste is being used better. This is a way that we all are supporting a stronger system. And so I think if you have an idea of any aspect of that you think will make this county stronger, we'd love to hear it. And if not, you should be a part of deciding what you think how the money should be spent. Really, this is your choice, your decision. Yeah. This doesn't belong to an organization. So,
yeah. And I know when ideas were being batted around for a while, that idea of waste came up several times as, composting and recycling and how do we do that? And I know that there's a lot of people in our community that are interested. So thank you so much, both of you, for your time and educating our community on this new process. And so don't forget, we'll be talking about it some more. We'll have some information out there for you on where you can go on the website to vote for the PB process. And again, it's your community, so get involved and get engaged. And even if it doesn't benefit you, you may have a family member or a friend that it involves. And so see how your money's being spent in Pagosa Springs to benefit the greater good of our community. It's nice to be back. I hate to say it, but I had to go from sandals and shorts to sweaters and socks. So, and snow on the mountain, but it's great to be back. We hope that you enjoyed last week's show where Rick and Hillary were on with the actual actual Chamber Day. So thanks everybody for tuning into that, and Cindy for winning our gift basket. So thanks. We really appreciate everybody turning in and learning just a lot more. I will give you a heads up next week. We're also going to have another not that all our shows are not important, but another very important topic, and that's going to be broadband. And I do want to remind you that tonight at 6 o'clock, there is a public meeting concerning 4 towers and equipment being adjusted in 4 different locations throughout the community, some on public land, some on private land. And that was done through a grant opportunity through the Department of Regulatory Agencies. And we are trying to move forward with those projects to improve broadband here in Pagosa Springs. Please remember, it's not cell towers, it's broadband. So, and we all know that we really need to improve that. So jump on tonight. You can get that link through the county and join our public meeting tonight at 6 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again next Wednesday. In the meantime, know that there's lots of things going on. Stay tuned and make sure that you like us on Facebook and like our business updates page. And that if you're a business, you put in your new hours or adjusted hours for winter so that our community knows. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.